know, but you have a better sense because you have all the tools you know how to do. You know, you're Twittering, you know, all this kind of stuff. I mean, there's another. Actually, they haven't made a penny yet. They're still getting venture money. Ustream I use. Man, they're not making money yet. I don't know that kind of life. But, you know, they don't teach you. Well, here's the way to start a business. You don't make any money for 10 years. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? The Jesuits didn't teach me that. I don't know. It's happening, yeah. So that's right. Any preconceived notions, and that's why you see older people will give you some preconceived notions. But you will see a better, that light will come through to you better than it will to us. And that's why we have to trust you. And that's why I tell you, you won't get a chance because you don't, oh, you don't have experience, young lady. What the hell are you doing? You don't really believe in your idea? But you can show them how to do it without any money. Oh, what I got to lose? Yeah. And give you a shot. Or you do it, if it doesn't cost any money, you just do it and don't ask. Because you just do it. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So if it doesn't cost any money, you just do it, man. And then if it works, man, you're a hero, right? Otherwise, especially in an organization, they have all this nonsense, you know, going on. We're at meetings and blah, 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 blah. So figure out how to do it without getting permission if it doesn't cost anything. And just do it, see what happens. Then you have results to show, hey, we got to do this more. Because you proved to them how to do it. I mean, everything. I'll tell you about how, like on the web. When I first started doing on the web, and I made a ton of money on the web. That one, email somewhere. See, anything I do marketing today, I know, let's see, I won't do it in 2 years from now. Anything that's successful today is probably not going to be successful in 2 years. Any way I made money 2 years ago, I'm not making money at it today. It just changes so quickly. Yeah. Like my commercials, you don't see them that much anymore. I'm not making money. You're not going to see if I'm not making money on it. It's stupid. Yeah. I got somewhere. And I have such a convoluted thing. But my principle is, how do I learn without making money? Because the easiest thing to do is spend money on it. Throw money at a problem. And all you're going to do, learn, is how to spend money. Yeah. And like now, we're doing call centers. Well, actually on the web, when I first started on the web, my philosophy was, okay, these web people are coming to me all the time. Hey, like my website will sell so much stuff. And now there's a lot of marketing people on the web. You put your ad on Google, boy, you're going to make a ton of money, you know, and all this kind of stuff, you know, and you're going to make some. Okay. I mean, I don't know. That's not my business. I don't do it, you know. But if you believe in my business, so my book will sell much stuff. Here, you take my book, I'll give it to you for free, and if you sell it, give me half the money. If they're so convinced that this is so good of a place for me to market and sell my books, I'll prove it to me. I'll give you half the money. I do that with bookstores, retail stores. Yeah, who's selling jewelry? Is that jewelry lady here, or she was in the other one? Yeah. I mean, you sell anything retail. A retail store has a 50% markup. You go to retail, most retail operations, they may buy it, like my bookstores. Bookstores take the book on consignment. If they sell it, they give you half the money. So you want to sell my books? You have a way of it? I'll give it to you. Yeah, and I'll fill the order and everything, and I'll give you half the money. So you'll figure out how to market it because you know marketing. See, that's why if you know marketing, then you can do anything. You take any product and sell something, right? And because people make products, they're trying to figure out marketing. So you could go and go to a company, like, go do something you love. Like, there was a guy, the last thing, there was a climbing guy. You know, what's your passion? What's your passion? Not by a person's name, but just music. Okay. So let's say your passion is music, and whether it's songs or old sheet music, well, you can find a sheet music manufacturer that, hey, I'll sell the sheet music for you online, and I'll just, take half the money. He's got nothing to lose. Because he's going to process all the orders, and you'll use that web. So now, you're a marketing business with nothing. Doesn't cost you any money to do that. You just have to figure out the web, right? Music. Okay. So let's say your passion is music, and whether it's songs or old sheet music, well, you can find a sheet music manufacturer that, hey, I'll sell the sheet music for you online, and I'll just, take half the money. He's got nothing to lose. Because he's going to process all the orders, and you'll use that web. So now you're a marketing business with nothing. Doesn't cost you any money to do that. You just have to figure out the web, right? Yeah. And how to do it. And you're in business. Yeah. I mean, and if the one sheet music stuff, you got a list of sheet music manufacturers, and one of them's going to say yes. Believe me. And probably if you do 100, there'll be 30% say yes. Yeah. It's just how big your uniform is. Everybody won't, because they'll have some, oh, well, he's just a kid, I won't do it, or he sounded funny, I won't, oh, I'm turning the business. I mean, everybody has excuses why they're lazy. They're just too lazy to do something. Somebody's hungry, well, hey, I'll do it. You want to sell anything of mine? I do it every day. That's what I did on the web. Made a ton of money on the web. Yeah, and that's over. There's other ways. Yeah. To do that. I don't know. I think I'm getting lucky in call centers. And even like call center, I'm getting call centers to call people, like call you at dinner time. Yeah. And and that's such a cutthroat business, call centers, I can't believe it. But they're doing it on the sale. I'm not paying. If they make a sale, they're getting part of the money. Yeah. So I have no risk. So as an entrepreneur or somebody with money, you have no risk unless money's coming in. That's the big problem, because there's thousands of ways to spend money, but you have to know how much it's worth to you. Like people come to me, what's your budget is? Well, if it works, my budget is $10 million, but I have to figure out how it's going to work. And I have to do that with as little money as possible before I know it works. So I stay in business. The trick in business, if 9 out of things fail, you have to spend it and stay in business long enough to try them all. So if you're blowing your wad on the first one, you're getting another lousy job somewhere. You're delivering pizza, so because you ran out of money. So how do you get? And that's why. See, if you marketing people, to me, could do anything in the world, no matter what it is, because that's the engine of commerce. And I don't think capitalism is going away. It's not like we're all, even though we are socialists today because of everybody's getting government money nowadays, but it's still capitalism. Everybody, China's a capitalist, right? They're communists, but they're using capital. So capitalism isn't going away. And there's just, now we have, listen to this, we have what? 3 billion more capitalists in the last 10 years. India, China, Russia, they're all capitalists now. When I grew up, none of them were capitalists, right? We had 3 billion more capitalists. Want to know marketing someday? God, we only had 300,000 of us here. Yeah. So we got 3 billion. And to me, what your politics are, whatever, capitalism is easy. That's what we have to do is make the nonprofit capitalism. To use capitalism. It's a tool to be used. To me, I don't need more money or anything, but it's a judge of if I'm doing the right thing. Again, like lovemaking, you're here, it keeps coming back, doesn't it? See, people wake up a little with that. If capitalism shows you if you're doing the right thing. If I would give my stuff away, I believe in it so much. But if I do that, I can't stay in business to tell more people about it. And if someone doesn't buy it, then I'm not saying it right. That making it useful, or making it useful enough. It's sort of like inventing something that nobody uses. Why did you invent it? That's like masturbating or something to me. We're here to please other people, and help other people. This is a Catholic school, I forgot. What would the nuns say to me today? But it's true. I mean, that's why if you're not pleasing somebody else in society, why are you here? And that's what capitalism is. It shows you by a dollar value. Yeah. So that's why you're selling something, and if it's not selling, that means you're probably either communicating wrong, you got the wrong product. So go back and try it again. And that's why you learn that through marketing. Marketing, is where it's at. Any questions? I'll try not to curse anymore.
Why do you have an F on your forehead?
Pardon me? Oh my goodness, I didn't take that off. Very astute young man. It's not about the question mark. What's that idiot doing with it? Actually, I gave 2 speeches, and his class earlier, and one of my things is a failure. You know, the F is for failure. And I used to worry in life that, like at your age, my whole fear was failing. Yeah, and making mistakes. I mean, school, you say, well, don't, you know, they teach you how not to fail. They teach you, you know, whatever. So you become so paranoid about failure. You know, your parents, you don't want to fail your parents, you know, your friends or whatever. You know, you're all competing for jobs. So, am I better than you? And, am I more successful? And so there's all this anti-failure stuff. I mean, we have Success Magazine. We don't have Failure Magazine, right? when really, when really most of your life is going to be failing. You know, that success is the things that really work are very short-lived. Yeah, and most of it is just trying and trying. And like anything, and failure to me was, I always thought if I failed at something, I'd be walking around with a big F on my forehead and everybody would know I was a failure. You know, and I'd be like the scarlet letter, you know, in the village. There goes Lesko, that failure, yeah. Stay away from him, you know. Oh, leper. And then when I failed once or twice, I found that nobody cares. Nobody cares if you fail. I mean, superficially for a few minutes or something of a joke, or you know, your brother-in-law at the barbecue next year. And that's all. We're all involved in our own lives that people really don't care if you fail. Yeah. And so once I found that out, after my first 2 businesses failed, I was doing it like it was tough. Yeah, I got an MBA, I got a bachelor's in business, Jesuits, and they got a master's in business or whatever. And so I was starting business, and I'd go to the banks and get the power furniture and the power drapes and get the accountants and the, you know, the right tax structure, you know, and the right board of directors and everything, you know. And I'd go out of business in 2 years or something. So who won? The people I bought the furniture from, you know, the accountants, the lawyers, and I always SOL. And I didn't have fun. So the third time when I got, well, then I realized, well, failing isn't bad, but boy, doing the business the way I did was worse. I was miserable. I was trying to do it like I wasn't happy at. I didn't understand that well, or just because somebody told me to do it, or I didn't know how to do that. So I said, this time, I'm going to have fun. Yeah. And I'm not going to get all this stuff. I didn't even file with the government. You know, we say, you got to start a business and file with the government. Nonsense. You know, when you buy my book, you ask me, am I filing with the government? No, you give me money, I give you a book, and we're on our way. And I knew the government enough at that time, I figured, well, you know, it's going to take, you know, a couple days, weeks, or whatever your time to figure out all the government nonsense you're going to have to do, you know, if you really do it. And I figured, well, I'll let them find me. You know, and I know one of my businesses lasts 2 years, so by the time I know it's going to take the government at least 3 years to find me, knowing the government, by that time I'll be out of business. And if I'm still in business in 3 years, I'll pay the extra $100 fine or whatever the hell it is because I didn't file something. You know. So when you're young and starting something out, you only have so much energy. And if you're putting all that energy in meeting with boards of directors and filling out paperwork for bureaucrats, and that has nothing. What you have to me is try and identify what's critical to your success. There's 1,000 things. You could go 1,000 different experts and ask about what should I do if I'm a success. They'll give you their top 10 list. Somebody else will give you. You have to decide what's critical to your success, what you have to concentrate on. And to me in a business is the customer. Everything else is a detail. Because who cares if you have an accountant or lawyer if you don't have a customer? So what you have to do is first figure out how to get a customer. You know? And then the rest falls into place. You know? I mean, you're smart enough for that, because if you're not smart enough if you can be smart enough to get a customer, you're smart enough to do anything else. Yeah. When people do that other stuff, if they don't have a customer, they can't do that other stuff. You can't do it without a customer. I mean, that's particularly like a small business. Yeah, small business. If you do a checkbook, you're an accountant. Money comes in, money comes out. You have no more money, you're out of business. It's very simple. Don't have to worry about it. Every time I had an accountant that I'd hire, and I got a big multi-million-dollar business. I hired an accountant. I'd be confused the hell out of me so much. I'd have to call him to figure out what the hell was going on all the time. Yeah. And then when I get rid of him, do it all myself. And now it takes me an hour and a half to do all my taxes. That's it. I just take last year's return, copy this year's, send it out. Make sure I don't make money. That's it. That's the key to taxes. And really, I mean, we complicate our lives so much. And I mean, and that's the other. You don't mess with the IRS. I mean, all the other stuff. I mean, so you're starting a business. That's one. It's just not worth it. Yeah. And you do that. So, and it's easy. It's simple. There's free help for any of that. If you're starting your own venture, I mean, that's what the government has. We haven't talked about a program, but for you in students, you're looking for opportunities or whatever. My website, I don't have it up. I'm sorry, but if you go to Government Money Club. Government Money, M-O-N-E-Y. I'm running out of brochures too, that's why. GovernmentMoneyClub.com, and I have things that Obama Opportunities. You click on that, I have an analysis of all where that $1 trillion is going and how you can get it. And there's, besides the trillion, there's a lot of programs for students. They put a lot of extra money for students, extra money for you to get trained so you didn't get a skill in school and you need some other skill, maybe more computer skills or something like that, where you can get an extra $8,000, $10,000 to do that to get a job. Yeah. Or when you go and talking to an employer and they say, well, but you don't have any customer service skills, you know, and we need, you know, for this job, you have it, but, well, you could show them where to get $5 grand and send you a customer service skill, you know, to get that training, and they don't even have to pay for it. So there's that, but more importantly, looking for jobs. In the next 2 years, anybody can have, to me, the only people who are going to have money to do or buy anything, whether it's your business or your labor or whatever, are the people getting the stimulus package. Nobody else will. Nobody else has them. You know, you're going to work for Microsoft, they're laying off people. You know, everybody else is laying off, shrinking, scared as hell. And the people who get this money, $1 trillion. This is incredible. I mean, never, I've been studying government programs for 30 years now, never seen anything like this. We're all socialists now. and it's there. And the fat cats will be there. The fat cats will be, this money will go to, so if you're looking for a job in anything, you know, it's going to go to the state. The state's going to send it to the company, to the agencies here in San Diego, and then those agencies are going to buy goods and services from companies. So you have two opportunities, three maybe. One is getting a job at one of the agencies. Two is getting a job from the people who are getting the contracts from the agencies. Or three, calling yourself a marketing consultant and getting a contract yourself. And there's organizations, you know, in the government will show you how to do that for free, so you don't have to hire them. See, everything in this country, I believe, you know, that's what somebody called me the other day, well, I'm the leader of the free world. We got that. That you could get most things for free, and that's why the rest of people do. That's why I used to do this stuff, finding for Fortune 500 companies how to get all this free stuff, and I charge them $10,000, you know, just for finding it. You know. So if you know where it is and get it, yeah, then you don't have to pay for stuff. Particularly in business, man. See, the government wants business to happen, because if businesses don't create jobs, we all go down the toilet, right? And so that's why there's money, programs, help, everything. So we want to sell the government, you want to start a business, you want to hire people, anything around commerce. There's so many, even legal help. You as a kid could get free legal help in this country, like nobody else can, like everybody else can, but they don't know, and they'll hire attorneys. If you buy something online and somebody screws you over or something, instead of hiring an attorney because your brother, your mom's brother or something, you know, is an attorney and will do it for free. No. You could go, you find out where that company's headquartered, and maybe in another state, you call that attorney general's office and they'll investigate that company for you. And see, if the government investigates a company, they'd rather pay you off than even talk to the government. If your attorney investigates a company, their attorney will call your attorney. You know, and you start, the attorneys make all the money. You know. So it's like you getting, I don't know if you pay taxes, but you ever get like, when you get older, you'll get like a letter from the IRS that says, you owe $35 or we're going to send you to jail. Yeah, I mean, the IRS sends letters like that, yeah? And you're sitting there. And see, if the IRS is wrong even, what people do, you pay the $35, even if the IRS is wrong. It's just not worth it to you to argue with the IRS or to spend all the time figuring out. You just pay it. See, so the same way with the government. Now just think if you're a business, no matter how big you are, the bigger you are, the more important it is that like you have an automobile accident on expressway, and you call up your insurance company, and they say, oh, you had an accident, oh, well, didn't you see paragraph C, section D, we don't pay claims, we're the premium company, who do you think we are, And so you think you have to hire an attorney or something like that to fight the insurance company? No. The same system. You go up to your state capital up there, and there's a state office that regulates that insurance company. You just file a complaint there. And you could be wrong, you could be a wino on the street, doesn't matter, they have to investigate. So now this insurance company out in Omaha, or wherever your insurance company is, gets this official letter from the government saying, hey, well, it seems that there's a problem here. Now, sitting in the company's standpoint, you're trying to get $1,000 to fix your car, right? Okay, this is a company, insurance company that has 30,000 people or something. This is a government agency that has maybe only 5,000 people. It takes them $5,000 just to talk to each other, right? So the insurance company gets a letter from the government. It becomes cheaper to pay you off than to do anything else, to argue with the government. Also, they have more to lose by arguing with the government than arguing with your attorney. If you hire an attorney to fight these companies, what they do is they could fight it all day, because the worst they're going to have to do is pay you anyway, and they lost your business, so you don't care anyway, right? So they lose you and they have to pay you. That's the worst they have to lose. If they argue with the government and lose, they lose all their business. The government gives them a license to operate in the state. So they have a chance of jeopardizing. Like me, you buy a book from me and I screw you over, whatever, and you're all upset about doing something, and you call the Attorney General, and they write to me, I will call you up. I say, keep the book, here's another $100. When they call you back, see how it turned out, you're happy. It just pays me to do that. Why should I bond? Because I have too much to lose. They could freeze my bank accounts by just looking at me, if they wanted to. I'm a businessman. Why do I want to pass it? So that's why it's all learning the system. And the government represents like almost 35% of everything in our country is government. And a lot of people hate the government, and that's fine. There's a lot of bad parts. A lot of bad parts to all of us. And the bad parts we try to fix. And well, you saw that. But to me, people don't ignore it just for principle's sake. When to me, it's sort of like ignoring the highway. If you want to go to LA from here, you get an I-5, right? Okay. That's the other. Now, if you want to go, I'm never taking those expressways, no matter what, and you still want to go to LA, man, it's going to take you 5 times longer, right? So to me, that's like the government. I'm never going to use the government, or what the hell it is, It's just going to, well, fine, that's okay. It's just going to take you 5 times longer. And if that's your principle, God love you. I want to get through life as easy as possible. I have certain principles, but I think I left my other pants. Any other questions?
Is that right? Well, if you guys have any other individual questions.
Yeah, I'll be around. Was that relevant at all, you guys? I was doing speech twice before. I did a lot of stuff we never even talked about. That's why I don't know what I know until somebody asks me. That's why I love doing this. And truthfully, I don't care what you think. I have so much fun doing it. And that's the key in life. Find something you love to do, man. And you never work. And you make more money because you're good.